So how's it going, guys? As you can see, I've just woken up. So I'm just in my bed. I made quite a few videos in my bed. I've got a bit of stick from you guys. But obviously feel comfortable making videos. I've got a table that I sorted out for me to make videos. But at the minute, I've woke up. I want to fire out a few videos for you guys. So I just thought I've got my laptop open, got some topics that I want to discuss. And yeah, I thought I'd let you guys hear what I have to say. Well, so let's get into it. Joshua Wilder. Eddie Hearn has said if Wilder's pay-per-view does bad, he has zero bargaining position at the negotiating table. So this is what Mr. Eddie Hearn has to say. He says, I think they'll want to see how the numbers do. Disappointing sales probably makes it harder because we look at it and say, look, you're not a draw. I actually want it to do better than worse, because if it does bad, he has zero bargaining position. If it does well, then we'll accept that. If it does over 1 million buys, then we'll look closer to 50. We'll have to look closer to 50-50. I just want to make progress, just have a chat. I don't expect them to sign the fight before December 1st, but the problem is, if we start after December, we've got to go through a process that we could be going through now. A bit frustrating. He goes, ultimately, because of the lateness of the fight, we would want an agreement in place with Dillian Whyte, probably going into this fight for April 13th. If we get to a stage where Wilder fight is not happening, we would like to tie this up because we don't really want to wait until December 22nd, according to Eddie Hearn. So, I do think, listen, about with this Wilder-Joshua situation, I think Eddie Hearn is right. I think this is a situation where Wilder and his team are holding out, and they're looking at it, if we do well, if the pay-per-view does well, then Wilder will have a good leg to stand on. But if the pay-per-view does badly, which it could do because, like I said, the American market is very volatile, then Eddie Hearn's right. Wilder won't have a leg to stand on. Because if you can't do big numbers with Tyson Fury, then you ain't going to ever do big numbers. So then it's just a case that we know that Wilder's not a draw. He's not a pay-per-view star. And Joshua's going to have to get, what, in my opinion, 65 to 70% of the pot. Because it's not fair if one guy is generating all the revenue and the other guy wants a high split. It doesn't work like that. If Wilder wants a 50-50, Eddie Hearn said it, 1 million pay-per-view buys. You've got to do 1 million pay-per-view buys against Tyson Fury. Now, I do think it's a bit cheeky by Eddie Hearn saying that the closer, obviously, if it does over 1 million pay-per-view buys, we'll look closer to 50-50. No, you said if it does 1 million pay-per-view buys, Wilder gets 50-50, and that's what it's going to have to be, because the public won't forgive you if you then go back. If Wilder Fury does over 1 million pay-per-view buys, then you go back and don't give Wilder 50-50, because then it make you look really bad. And there's been situations where you've made yourself, Eddie Hearn and Joshua have made themselves look bad before. So you don't say things publicly, and when it happens, right, you don't go ahead with it. So if Wilder and Fury does over 1 million pay-per-view fights, you specifically said that we'll give Wilder 50-50. So that's the score here. I do think that Wilder's got to be realistic. I'm going to do another video about what Wilder said. But I do think Wilder has got... what Joshua said. I'm going to do a video about what Joshua said. But I do think Wilder's got to be realistic in order for this fight to happen. He's not the draw. Let's see how his fight does against Fury. Then we'll know... Let's see how the numbers are, and then we'll be in a better position to see what kind of star Deontay Wilder is. But yeah, guys, leave your thoughts. Let me know what you think of what Eddie Hearn said. And guys, I'll see you in the next part of the video.